Good day, everyone. Um, I hope you guys are having a great summer. Um, I noticed the past couple of days or weeks or so, we've had a tremendous heat wave throughout our country in America. So I advise you guys to stay hydrated and take plenty of breaks as necessary. Um, Heat stress and heat exhaustion are some very serious illnesses, and I encourage you guys to you know, stay cool and hydrated. Okay. Today, I'm gonna be talking about the good and bad drugs. Okay. And I thought about this this week, and when I'm gonna start doing this before I read um, the material that I've written for you in letter form, I'm gonna go over three major points um, that are very important that you guys should take to heart. Okay. I'm going to talk about the three bad things about bad drugs. Okay. Number one, bad drugs are addictive. Okay. Um, of course, I think you guys are all aware of this drug called crack. Okay. Um, I've heard a lot of professionals say that when you take that first hit of crack, you'll experience a high that you've never experienced before. Um, the bad part of crack is it's very addictive. Okay. And basically, I've heard from professionals saying that the user of crack will constantly be chasing that high that they'll never get. Okay. And so what that does is you'll want to consume more and more crack or drugs or cocaine or heroin or whatever it is, and you will never, ever get that high again. At the end of the day, drugs will kill you. Okay? Drugs will destroy your life. Leave drugs alone, period. Okay? Bad drugs will cause you a lot of pain and hardship. Bad drugs will destroy your life. I want to say this again. Bad drugs will destroy your life. There's no such thing, in my opinion, as being a social user. When I was a young man, a lot of my friends, so-called my boys around the way, they would smoke reefer, and they would say, I'm just chilling out, I'm just cooling or whatever. But the issue is with reefer. Reefer can be a gateway drug, an entry gate drug, I should say, to start experimenting not only with reefer, you may progress to using heroin or cocaine or other drugs which are highly addictive. Okay, so at the end of the day, drugs will cause you a lot of pain and hardship. Don't even entertain the issue of just you're going to try a little bit to be curious, because it is a dangerous act. Stay away from drugs. If you say that you're going to be a doctor or lawyer, I assure you that drug addiction will destroy your career from becoming a doctor. Okay? Drugs will destroy your life. Point blank, period. Okay? Drugs will kill you. That's a fact. You'll be chasing a high that you will never, ever get again. It's like a dog chasing its tail. A dog will never catch its tail. I don't know if you guys ever saw a dog running in circles trying to chase his tail. He will never catch his tail, and that's the same way that drugs are. Drugs are extremely addictive, and they will pull you in a deep satanic well, if you will, of thinking that you can, take some heroin or, sniff a little cocaine and, that you'll, get that high that you once got a long time ago, but it'll never happen. Drugs will kill you. Drugs will blow your mind and cause you to do crazy things like commit suicide, possibly do harm to your family and friends to get money for drugs, steal from your family and friends just to get drugs. Okay? Drugs is not the thing to do. Drugs will kill you. Okay? Drugs will destroy your life. If you don't learn anything from this video, I encourage you to take these 2 things to heart. Drugs will kill you. Drugs will destroy your life. And drugs are addictive. I want you to remember those 3 things, okay? Bad drugs are not good for your family. If you are addicted to drugs, over time, you may go to jail or prison. Most people that have families, their families only want the best for you. They love you. And if you become a drug addict, that crushes your family, especially your parents and brothers and sisters, because they love and care for you and they want the best for you. Now, if you go to jail or prison, that will crush your family as well, because you won't be around, you won't be able to hang out with your family and friends anymore. Your parents and loved ones will constantly be worried about you being in prison, wondering if you're safe or okay, or if anybody's trying to hurt you in prison. Okay? Drugs destroy families, period. Okay? And I just want to let you know that if you are convicted of a drug offense and you have to go to jail for many years, you probably will lose a lot of family members. I'm talking about in regards to communication. Now, when you were out of prison, you probably were very close to this family member, that family member, and that's a good thing. But if you're locked up for long periods of time, I can promise you, you're going to have some family members that are going to disconnect from you permanently. You understand what I'm saying? Because, they maybe they decided they want to move on with their life or what have you. I'm not saying that they don't love you. I'm just saying that they'll just disconnect from you because you're in prison for long periods of time. The only people that will probably stick with you through thick and thin is probably your parents and brothers and sisters. Everyone else in your family will probably permanently disconnect simply because you're not around anymore. And I'm assuming when they think about you, they feel very depressed and they suffer a lot of pain because they love you and they want it better for you. Okay? So, bad drugs at the end of the day are not good for you. They're just not good because they will destroy you as a person. They will kill you and they will destroy your family. So I don't, with those 3 negative things, it would just absolutely be a bad decision for you to do bad drugs, and it would be absolutely a waste of time. All of you young people have the ability to accomplish great things. Drugs will not help you accomplish those things. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, you have some doctors that work in hospitals or other medical facilities that may suffer, drug addiction, addicted to cocaine or this and that, the other thing. I can assure you that if you do drugs as a doctor or a lawyer, you will be in a lot of trouble. You have to have a license to practice medicine. You have to have a license to practice law in every state in this country. And if you get in trouble, I know for sure that if you get in any legal trouble as a lawyer, you can kiss your law career goodbye. Okay? If you serve one day in jail as a lawyer, I believe that you will lose your license. Okay? Now, I'm quite sure as a doctor, you probably will lose your license as well. I'm not quite sure about that, but I'm telling you, even as a doctor, if you get caught doing drugs as a doctor, as a medical doctor, you will be in a lot of trouble. And your license may be taken from you. So all that hard work and studying that you've done to become a doctor, a lawyer, and then you're going to use drugs, and it's going to wind up destroying your career and life and family and all of that stuff. It's just not worth it. Drugs are a killer. It will kill you. It will kill your career. It will kill and destroy your family. Plain and simple. Okay? And I know that I'm pounding the table on bad drugs, but I'm just telling you, I understand the pressures that you young people feel about, experimenting with bad drugs. When I was a young man, I was asked to smoke reefer time and time again, constantly asking me, my boys around the way, man, won't you take a little hit of this joint? Da 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 da. Won't you take a little hit of this? Won't you take a drink of this brew? And I never did it. Why? Because I didn't want to hurt my three parents. I was very close to my mom and my grandparents, and I didn't want to hurt or disappoint those three people. That's why I stayed away. And I thank God that I had that support mechanism, because those three people have enabled me to turn into the person that I am today and be the person that I am today. So I thank God for them. But if by chance that you don't have a support mechanism, you've got to be strong within yourself. Okay? You've got to tell yourself that drugs will kill me, and I'm just going to stay away and focus on more constructive things like school and sports and other positive things. If you're active in the church, those are all positive mechanisms. I encourage you guys to join. There's most communities have a boys and girls club. That is an awesome constructive thing to do after school. They have people at that organization, the Boys and Girls Club, that will mentor you and keep you on the straight and narrow path of righteousness. Okay? You want to stay on the right side of life at all times and just do the right things. Okay? All right? So sometimes you got to walk alone. Something in my spirit says to say this. And I understand, some of you guys may be raised by single parents or whatever, and they may be busy trying to work 2 and 3 jobs, trying to provide for you, and they may not have the time to, talk to you or whatever. So I encourage you, like I say, to do those things. Reach out to the Girls and Boys Club in your community. Okay. You have churches in your community that can help you, keep you on the straight and narrow path. Okay. There are elders in your community. Okay. Older people that will give you some extremely good wisdom and keep you on a straight and narrow path. Okay. So you have resources. Okay. That teacher, your favorite teacher at school, you can lean on them for good advice and help you through as well. So don't ever think that you're alone, okay? You have folk out here that can help you, okay? Don't give in to that pressure of using drugs or selling drugs. because both of them will kill you and destroy your life. Okay. Now, I know I had a long spiel about that, but I think that you young people should understand that the pressures that you're going through, the pressures of doing drugs, or, the negative heat, if you will, that you get from social media, all of these things are not new. I experienced peer pressure when I was in high school and in grade school or whatever, and it was tough. But I made a decision to walk alone. Why? Because in my case, I had 3 major anchors in my life, okay, to help keep me on the straight and narrow path. And so if you don't have that support mechanism, again, like I said earlier in this video, that you can, reach out to the Girls and Boys Club. You can reach out to your local church. You can reach out to the elders in your community. There are probably a lot of older people in your community that would be more than happy to adopt you, if you will, as a grandson or granddaughter. And they would love to pass on that wisdom to you, okay? So you have folks in your community that can help you. Don't ever think that you're alone, okay? But at the end of the day, I want you to follow the advice of Coach Reese. Coach Reese wants you to stay away from bad drugs. Reefer, cocaine, crack, methamphetamines, okay, ice. They've got some crazy drugs now. I was watching a program the other day. They have this drug called dippers, which they dip a cigarette in some liquid material, and you're high for 10 or more hours. That is extremely crazy. You understand what I'm saying? They got some crazy drugs out here. And when you consume those bad drugs, you literally kill yourself. You're killing yourself. And not only are you killing yourself, you're destroying yourself as well. And you also destroying the people that love you the most, like your parents and other family members. So don't think that you are, so in other words, when you make bad decisions, or you do bad things in life, like take bad drugs, you're pulling a lot of people down the drain with you, okay? I want you to be aware of that. So stay away from bad drugs, okay? Now, today, my topic is the bad and good drugs. I'm just going to go ahead and start reading. My topic today is the bad and good drugs. Street drugs are not good for you. Street drugs will either kill you or cause you to go to jail. Street drugs will destroy your health and entire life. Street drugs bring extreme pain to family and friends that love you. Never be pressured to try street drugs. Do not listen to that big lie or of it will not hurt you, because it will. Street drugs open the floodgates of hell, torment, and death. If you're thinking about selling drugs, one of two of these things will happen to you. 1, drugs will kill you. Drug addiction is a serious problem, and you may never recover from it. Street drugs create an image of feel good, but the reality is street drugs will kill you. You will never get that true satisfaction from street drugs, only a false dream. Number 2, street drugs will cause you to go to jail. At first, selling drugs may seem great. Money is coming in and everything seems cool. At some point, you're going to be locked up. Your life will never be the same in prison. Prison breaks families apart. Street drugs may cause you to lose family and friends forever. Your parents or other family members may slam the door in your face and tell you to never come back. Remember, no one is going to jail for you. Once you are in jail, the crew you were rolling with will totally disconnect from you and move on to the next victim. There is no loyalty. There is no loyalty in the street crew. There is no love in the street crew. Remember, the cops are watching you. The cops will hunt you down like a dog. If you feel the pressure to join a crew of doctors and lawyers. Good doctors and lawyers never have to worry about going to jail. You will have a lifetime of respect and love in the community as a good doctor or lawyer. Do whatever you need to do to avoid selling street drugs. If you need to relocate, ask your parents about it. Tell them that you desire to go to college and this environment is not good for you. If they say no, then I suggest studying hard in school and come straight home every day. On weekends, if you're able to leave and hang out with good family and good friends, please do so. Research your future career plans. When you go off to college, try to stay in college during the summers and don't go back. Work hard and do everything you can not to go back. Remember, your future is in your hands. Please make the right decision to pursue the good choice of studying hard to become a doctor. I will be proud of you and others will be proud of you as well. You can do it. I know you can. Just go for it. Good drugs are drugs that your parents, teachers, or other guardians give you. You will never get in trouble for taking drugs bought from the CVS drugstore. The CVS drugstore has a purpose to help guide you to better health. Going to CVS can be fun. Ask the pharmacists at CVS about their career. You may grow to love being a pharmacist. Remember, pharmacists are loved and respected in the community. Join the crew of pharmacists. Remember, in life, you have choices. Use wisdom in all of your choices in life. Remember, good wisdom is truth and will always help you. Okay, young people, that was the letter for today, talking about good and bad drugs. Okay. At the end of my videos, I always have an ending statement of practice. Over time, I'm going to learn how to memorize it. I'm going to have it memorized, I should say. I want you guys to be patient with me through this process. I'm not really good at speeches. I think I'm gonna, say that to you several times. But I have all of the notes in letter form, and I just feel more comfortable just reading it verbatim. And I think that's why I thought about just emphasizing the 3 things that are in the letters and actually going over that before I start reading the letter. So, but at the end of the day, I just pray that I get better at this and so forth. So here's the ending statement of practice. I love you. I want the best for you. I encourage you to practice using love and wisdom in all that you do. Life is a game that you must learn how to play. Using love and wisdom for yourself and helping others in love and wisdom creates a powerful team. Love conquers all, even if you feel defeated. Keep loving, keep growing, and using love and keep loving, keep growing, and using wisdom, and God will bless you in a mighty way. I encourage you, young people, to subscribe to this channel if it's beneficial to you. I also encourage you to hit the like button. And if this channel inspires you and encourages you as well, I also encourage you to share this content with your friends, family, and loved ones. Okay? At the end of the day, I want you to know that bad drugs are just not good for you in any type of way. It will destroy, bad drugs will destroy your life completely. Bad drugs is a dead end in your life. Make good choices in life, please, young people. Study hard, do the best you can, and become the person that your parents will be proud of, like being a doctor or a lawyer or whatever wherever your career path may take you. Make constructive decisions, okay? Think about what you're going to do. And if it doesn't sound right in your mind, then don't do it. Okay? So I'm going to conclude this video, and I'm just going to say that I want the best for you at the end of the day. This channel is to specifically help you as young people make good decisions. Okay? So I'm just going to conclude by saying, God bless you, children, until we meet again.